Hello everyone, good evening. I hope you all had an amazing Christmas. It's been a minute since I've hopped on live here in our Best Life community, but I hope everyone's been doing well. It's been amazing to see many of our members kind of stepping out and posting things that are inspiring you, whether it be health related, mindset, whatnot. It's been amazing. So that's super exciting to me, and I'm really excited to head into 2019 with you all. And to that end, I wanted to come on here and share with you a little strategy that I've been doing for the past couple of years that for me has been really effective in sort of framing my intentions for the entire year. So I wanted to make sure I hopped in here and shared this with you all before 2019 in case you want to jump on the train with me and go ahead and choose your own word of the year for 2019. And you may already do that. Hey Kiri, hey Janelle, thanks for joining, ladies. Okay, so my question for you is, oh gosh, well, I feel kind of awkward introducing myself. I think most of you, if you're in this community, you already know me, whether it be from my blog, Taylor Made Mama, whether that be from Pinterest, where we kind of know each other, maybe Instagram, maybe just from Facebook, but I'll introduce myself in case for some reason you're new to the community, you and I haven't connected yet. I'm Ashley Samadani, and I'm a mama to a 2.5-year-old. I'm a wife, live in California, and I am all about all things to do with just overall healthy living, and really most of that starting within the mind, right? Because if we don't have our minds right, it's really hard to do any of the other things well, like financial, fitness stuff, all the things. Like it really has to come from a place of having your mindset in the right place for success. So again, to that end, we're going to talk about a word of the year, and I see my mom is on. Hey mom. Okay, so here's my question for you. Have you ever set a New Year's resolution and failed? So have you ever set a New Year's resolution for yourself and failed? If you have, I want you to write hashtag failed, okay? And I would be writing hashtag failed for literally every year of my life, because for me, setting a resolution was just always so kind of overwhelming. It felt like something kind of unattainable. I would stick with whatever this large, huge resolution was for a while and maybe even be pretty consistent with it. But at the end of the year, I've never looked back and said, wow, I really won at that resolution, right? So a couple of years ago, I heard about a strategy of choosing one word versus a resolution, and I tried it out and it made a huge difference, and it really did help frame my year last year and really help me to grow as a person. So I wanted to share why I do that with you, and then give you some ideas to maybe brainstorm your own word of the year if you don't already have one. And I know some of you do, because most of you in this community are super into the things that I am as far as mindset, personal growth, and all the things. So I'm excited to hear what yours are as well, and why you chose them. So we have a few fails. Okay, I see Nicole hopped on. Hey, Nicole. All right, so I'm going to be sharing my word of the year in just a minute, but I wanted to tell you, I kind of already went through most of my content here. Okay, so really for me, picking a word of the year is a great way to have like a focal point for the year. So you want to think about like, what's important to you? So what's important to me, and how do I want to improve myself overall, and choose an anchor word that you can continue to come back to, and that can continue to be your sort of intention for your entire year within one word. And I know that sounds overwhelming, but I'm going to give you a little brainstorm session to help you think of how this can really flow for you. Okay, so the reason that this works for me is that with resolutions, they never inspired me, and it's really hard for me personally, and maybe you're like me too, it's really hard for me to take action on things unless I'm inspired or like motivated. So for me, choosing a word that had a lot of feeling behind it, feeling, passion, meaning, it really helped me to sort of move forward on that and to reframe even maybe situations where I might have failed. My word for the year really helps me to kind of go back to that and think, okay, how can I go back to that word and use that as a way to kind of find a silver lining in this situation, or to learn from this situation, or whatever it might be. This is going to make more sense once I tell you my word and maybe give you some ideas for other words that you might want to choose. So you want to choose a word that has meaning to you, inspires you, and motivates you. So my word for 2018, I'm trying to think if I did it in 2017. I don't think I did. So 2018, my word was connect. And that really for me, it helped in every area, because I could think of, connecting with, in my business, connecting with, new customers that I might have, or new teammates that I might have, connecting with my daughter, being intentional about time with her, connecting with my husband, connecting, the mind, body, muscle connection, like all of these different ways I was able to kind of come back to that. And it really helped me overall. So that was my word for 2018. So my word for 2019, and I actually thought of another really good one today, but I'm not going back on it. My word for 2019 is going to be reflect. And so with reflect, I was jotting down a few, because I wanted to make sure I had something that I felt something about, and something that would really carry me through the year. And so this kind of gets to the core of how I want to develop as a person. I want to be able to look at what I'm doing, speaking, who I'm being, what I'm reading, things I'm sharing, and be reflective of those things, and then grow from them. I don't want to just kind of go through the day-to-day, which is so easy to do when we're busy, and we're all busy. It's so easy to just sort of go through the day-to-day and not reflect, not look back on past experiences and learn from them, and then share in hopes of inspiring someone else. Not looking at failures, alleged failures, which we all have, but if you reflect on those things, then you can use those as lessons to kind of spur you forward. So my word is reflect, and I'm hoping, my intention with that is to really be more present and cognizant of just everything that I'm doing in life, and using those things for a larger purpose, and using my voice for a larger purpose through that reflection, and making myself a better person, mom, wife, friend, business partner, all of those things through reflecting. So reflect is my word for the year. So that's mine, and that came from looking at, okay, how do I really want to grow this year as a person? And so you want to think about almost like your top area of personal growth overall. So I want to give you an example of a resolution. So a typical New Year's resolution would be something like, I resolved to, and I've done this one in the past and failed. I resolved to go to the gym 5 times a week. Okay, so resolution, I will go to the gym 5 times a week. Now, some people might be able to stick to that, but if you're a type of person that's able to stick to that, then you probably don't need the growth in the area of personal development that's underlying the reason you would set such a goal. So, for example, think about the reasons why someone might make a resolution like that. So maybe they're looking, they're really looking to have discipline in their life. Okay, so the discipline to be able to schedule out their life and make it to the gym even when they don't feel like it 5 days a week. So discipline, willpower. Maybe that's really, the underlying thing there would be willpower. Maybe it's showing yourself that you're a strong person. So, and I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice, but a word that you might use in place of that resolution that would really help you to take action toward that, and probably a lot of other things, might be, say, strength. So the word strength, you could apply that to so many areas. It could totally be an anchor back to really every area of life. Hey Jen, hey Nicole, dig deeper than what's on the surface. Yes. So whatever it is, like whatever resolution that you might have, and resolutions are good. I'm going to tell you a little bit about goal setting, and I'm going to hook you up with my biz bestie who is like the master of like goal setting and being really strategic with it. But I'm talking more about like global resolutions that are just not going to really probably happen. But I bet they would happen if you work on the underlying area. So again, think about a resolution that you might have and why you really want that. What would that say about you as a person if you were able to accomplish that? So, for me, for reflect, I could have set the resolution of, my goal is to read 2 personal development books every month. So a total of, oh my gosh, math, 24 personal development books, in 2019. So that's actually a good goal or resolution, but really underlying that, one of the reasons I would want to do that is because I want to be reflective. I want to be looking at, where I need to improve and then doing things about it. I want to be reading and, sharing information and connecting with people that are in my life and sharing value that I find. So again, sorry for my voice here, but do you see what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, you want to look at your resolution and find the word or the intention underlying it, and then go with that and set that as your anchor for the year. And almost like your, sorry, I had a bunch of examples I wanted to tell you of words you could use. You want to think of it as like your guide, almost like your guiding light for the year. So something that you can return to, and really, I don't know, just trust me, it works. I was really skeptical about it too. And then last year I saw so much personal growth, and really I kept going back to that word connect, because I knew that was something that I needed to be more intentional about, connecting in all ways. And I don't think that I would have developed in the ways that I did had I not had that to anchor back to and to pull into my prayer life and to pull into my personal development time and all of that. And I see Kara's on, Jody's on. Hi, ladies. Good to see you on here. Okay, so again, one thing that you can do once you choose your word. So I hope that this will inspire you to, if nothing else, if you don't set any goals or resolutions, just choose your one word at least for the year. And I promise you it's going to have a positive effect if you're intentional with it. And what you can do, so I just did this today. I added it. I use Canva for my vision board. If you don't have a vision board, it's such a powerful thing to move you forward towards your dreams and goals, even those more long-term ones. So the ones that are 5, 10, 20 years out there. I'm going to add, or I did add, my word for the year on that vision board. So the nice thing about a digital vision board, making one through Canva where you can kind of manipulate it as you go, you can change it, tweak it, and add to it. And next year, when my word does not reflect, I will replace it with another one. So you could make a really pretty graphic and add it as your lock screen on your phone or your home screen, something where you'll see it regularly, and you can return to that and kind of ground yourself, center yourself back into your intention for your year and for your life and for your being. So here I wanted to give you a few ideas just from a list of words that you might want to consider if you're looking for a word of the year. So you want to pick something that's going to have a feeling. Like if one of these words is like, oh, that's me, like that's my word, then go with that one. So here's some words that you may want to choose for your own. So learn, uplift, focus, mindfulness, persist, unstoppable, slow, believe, grow, simplify, celebrates, creates, minimize, optimism, faith, change, brave, all of those. So you see, it's never ending. You want to find a word that really connects with how you want to develop as a person and what's important to you as just an overall human being. So if you have a word, or when you choose a word, please share it with us. So if you have a word, I want you to put it in the comments. What is your word? And then if you're feeling vulnerable and brave and bold, I would love for you to share with us why you chose that word. So a little explanation of why you chose that word, why it's going to be your anchor for the year. I really think that would be so inspirational for all of us here in our community to kind of hear from one another and to be inspired. And then also we can encourage one another as we go throughout the year to really recenter on our word. And I'm going to try to be really mindful of reminding us to go back to that, to really connect back in. So I hope you will choose a word. And that way, when I mention that, we're not like, huh, what is she talking about? One word or word of the year. So Carrie's is transformation. Oh my gosh, that one gives me chills. And I read earlier your reason for why, but I would love if you'd share it here because it's so good. So you guys, I really just want to encourage you to choose your word and make it be something that's really going to carry you through the year and really be something for you to return to as you're, in your pursuit of your best life and best self. And I really do think it will be helpful for you as it was for me. So I did mention I wanted to connect you with some more specific help on goal setting. So my biz bestie, and many of you know this already, my biz bestie is Carrie Perry, and she's amazing. She's actually a time management coach, an online business coach. And she's so great with kind of these, with many things, but with goal setting. So for me, I'm more of like I use the term willy-nilly. I just sort of like go and just do all the things. Like I just do them without organization. And I know that is not the best. I have reflected and realized that that is not the best way to run a life or a business or relationships. So I'm reflecting on that, and I'm going to try to be better in the new year. Fortunately, my biz bestie, who really helps balance me out, is a master at this. And she's actually doing a workshop on goal setting. So I'm going to give you a little story. I tried goal setting. So I really did take some time this afternoon, and I was like writing down all of my goals, because I do think there's so much value in goal setting. So things that can be measured, not just like resolutions, but actual things that can be measured. If you have for me, physical fitness, I've always done actual goals, like how many pull-ups do I want to be able to do by this date, or these types of things. So those are very valuable if they're specific, measurable, actionable, and all of the things. So what I did today was I wrote down about 40 goals, like way too many goals for one year probably. It just didn't, I wanted to do all of them, but I had no sort of format or formula for, okay, so how do I narrow these goals down? I have all these things I want to accomplish, and they are things that could be accomplishable, but what's important? What can wait? How do I kind of hone in on those? And then how do I make action steps so that I can like actually achieve those goals, particularly around things to do with business for me, and things to do with like, not so much like relationships, but mostly to do with business. But anyway, Carrie shared with me kind of a preview of the workbook. It's like a 10-page workbook that anyone who attends this free workshop is going to get. And let me tell you, it was like, I'm like, oh, that would be that's exactly what I needed, but would never have come up with on my own. So if you attend this workshop, which is free, you're going to get so much value, and it's going to be so helpful for you as far as actual physical goal setting. And those things can go along. That's like, to me, it's a whole separate thing than having an intention for the year, which is what I talked to you about earlier. But if you're interested in that, Carrie, if you could even I can do it as well, but if you have handy access to drop a link to either your group where the event's going to be held or the time. I know it's next Wednesday, and I should have written this down, but it's next Wednesday. I'm going to drop the details in the comments unless Carrie gets to it first. But I'm definitely attending that. I have my workbook already printed out, and I'm going to get a head start because literally, you guys, it's gold. It's so helpful. And if you're like me and you're just sort of a willy-nilly person, which is great, it's a great thing to be, but it's nice when someone gives you a tool and is like, here it is on a silver platter. This is going to help you achieve your goals. I personally am going to take that and go with it. So anyway, if you want to attend that with me, we'll give you the information in the comments. And then again, when you choose your word of the year to set your intention for the entire global year toward your best self, please let us know in the comments. I would absolutely love to hear what it is. And that's really all I have for you today. I hope you found value in this. If you did, hashtag value in the comments. I would love that. I love to see what you all find useful and what you don't. And I really want to be more intentional about reflecting on that and then sharing content that you're going to find super valuable within our community here. So anyway, have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you soon.